Hey, what's up everybody? BDF 44 coming at you another video. Alright, so blessed to be settled into another room, even though it's going to be more expensive than ever next week. It should make up for the difference of this week, because this week was going to be $360 something, and then the following weeks would be the same, $368. This week it's $270 something, and then the next week it's going to be like $460. So no, it don't make up the difference, but nevertheless, I got a week for my GR to kick in, so hopefully it does, and we can get me up out of here before the end of this contract, so I ain't gotta ask family for more money, man. A lot more money to take care of this upcoming contract, because they didn't have any non-air conditioned rooms, man. No non-air conditioned room. The only rooms they had available today was air conditioning, so either I could have gone back to the hotel with all of my stuff, paid for today's rate, and then come back tomorrow and try this again, which would have made up some more difference, which maybe would have saved us a little money, but not really, since they don't have the special. So it's $368, like I said. So it's just, they just you know, they doing what they doing, man. They trying to get these AC rooms rented out, and so they make it cheap for the first week and then hike it up to its regular price afterwards, so it makes up the difference. They just, you know, they're doing what they doing, man. So it ain't cheap to live in these areas, and they know they're the only place like this, so they can hike the prices up from here, now that they know that, because they think that the Vine Street lodge is still open, and from what I understand, it is not. So yeah, man, I'm just hopeful that GR will kick in this week. That'll be really helpful, and I'm thankful that my family is still willing to carry me through these impossible times, man, basically. So praise God. It's like I told you, I didn't know how I was going to get to the other side of this, but now that I'm on the other side of it, he's worked it out again. And so I just keep on being thankful. And what I'm going to do now, since my EBT doesn't replenish until Tuesday, which is Sunday, that'll be on the 7th of every month. So what I got to do is try to budget out $28 for the next 2 days. So I got to be very precise about what I purchase, so that I can get my meals and not have to spend any cash on that. But that's my intention. That's my intention. I'm not sure where I'll go first, whether I go get my bread and lettuce from the famous market that I like to go to, the Armenian market, or will I go to Target and purchase what I need to purchase from Target, which is paper towel and a few other things as well, but not nearly as much as I normally would. Some rice, which I can also get from the famous market. So I think the famous market probably has more of what I need. I don't need any apples. I do need some turkey, but don't need any bananas. I got just enough bananas to hold me down for the 2 meals that I expect to eat in regards to my oatmeal. So I gotta have a banana with every oatmeal, but I got 2 left, so on the 7th I can go purchase that and not have missed out on any bananas. So all of this is in my head. I'm relaxed. It's a nice day as far as the weather is concerned. I slept pretty well. I got everything I needed. I don't know how we're gonna pay for the next couple of weeks, but it's the same, you know. It's just hiking the price up, man. That's the only problem. But this week was at least a little bit of a discount, so I had some something to carry over to the next one if I don't spend it, which I have no intention of spending. I don't have any anything that I really spend money on these days. I've been very good about not spending no money over the last 2 months. Nothing that I didn't absolutely need. So, you know, man, we just trying to keep up with the changes in the world, man. That's it. Keep up with them. I think I'll go to Famous Market. I think that's the smartest way to go. Go to Famous, get everything over there that I need, which is bread, lettuce, and I can get rice over here, and then use the rest of my money at Target for stuff that would otherwise be purchased, like turkey and oatmeal. Turkey and oatmeal, which is definitely a must for me. I gotta get my oatmeal. So we'll do the two trip thing. 1 trip this way back to the hotel, 1 trip that way back to the hotel. Try to do laundry, but unfortunately all the machines were taken, and the lady was just putting the stuff in the machine when I got there, so it looks like the laundry would be put off for another day. And I'm pretty certain I have everything I need for that to be the case. The sheets are clean in the new room. So that's really blessed. And now all I gotta really do is make sure I have enough clothes, which I do, for another day. So I can do laundry tomorrow if necessary. If not, I'll do it when all of this is done. But, you know, just trying to keep up with life as it comes. Everything is everything, man. I ain't got no complaints. Not right now. I'm thankful that my family helped me out, as they always do, and I'm hopeful that GR can come through this week so that I can kind of start paying my own way. I don't know how much they're going to be giving me, but at least it can cut into what it is I need to ask my family for, and I can use it as income to get my own place. So I ain't got to keep going through this. You know what I mean? That's really what is most important. It's not just the cash, it's the benefits that and the little stuff that they have attached to the GR program. You can get clothing, you can get furniture, you can get all kind of stuff once you're in GR. So it's like, that's what I need. I need to get in there and get away from this very, very expensive hotel, because it is very expensive. I don't know how people are doing what they're doing. People just have to, you know, use this as a stepping stool to get where they're going, because you're not going to be able to stay here if you're just homeless and don't have no money. You got to have some money to be here, without any doubt. So, you know, one thing I want to do is just get myself some more shoes. If I can spend any money on anything, I need some more kicking shoes, some more Vans or something like this, because I've been walking around the same Vans for the last 2 months, and they've been holding up really good, and they look like naturally, that's the color of these shoes is dirt, and since they're such casuals, you can wear them with anything, so I've been getting away with it. But they are starting to have holes in them, that kind of thing, so I need some new shoes, man. But you know, these type of things, we're just really thankful that the Lord worked everything out. I do have some Jordans, but I never wear them. I was not going to take Jordans and walk through these streets in them J's and wear them down. Absolutely not. I wasn't going to do it. Them shoes are too expensive. They're collector's items. They only come out once every 12 years. That kind of thing. Ain't going to do it. They're not going to happen. So those things are more so like collector's items and shoes at this point. And that's pretty much how I'm looking at them. I'm not wavering from that. So my J's haven't been worn once, but I do have them, and I'm very fortunate to have them. And so it is what it is, man. Today is a very nice day. I'm just thankful that God did what he did for me, man. I really don't have a whole lot to say right now. I'm very sad about what's going on in Gaza at all times. That never really leaves my mind. The whole situation with Karen has blown over in my heart, to be honest with you. This is the first day in about 12 days maybe that I haven't thought about her too much. And the main reason is because a part of my dream last night just helped me understand. I had a dream where I had some demons I had to work through. Part of my dream last night helped me understand a few things about why maybe the Lord would want to remove me from her life. Never mind what she's thinking, but why God would want me to kind of back away. One of the reasons is we do have some cultural differences. Not to say that I couldn't be with somebody that's of a different culture, but there are some things that I don't know if she would feel comfortable with that are in my culture. Certain words that I probably wouldn't want her to say. You know what I mean? That kind of things. Certain jokes she probably wouldn't want me to laugh at. That's one aspect of it. And then the other thing about it is I got some things I need to work through that I thought maybe I had worked through, that my dream helped me understand that I hadn't worked through. And I probably should work through those things before trying to incorporate anybody into my life, and just be realistic about how I'm choosing, who I'm choosing, rather than just being attached to somebody that I've cared about for a long time before I even realize I need to think about certain things. You know, when you don't consider certain things because you're too busy caught up in your ego and what it is you want. Like, how does this person vibe with certain situations? How do I vibe with them? Is this going to be a problem going forward for them if they don't change? Very little stuff like that. And it's like, for whatever reason, last night, the dreams that I had just came and put all that into perspective for me, to where maybe we're not in the same space, and maybe we're not going to be anytime soon. That doesn't mean I don't care a great deal for her and all of that, but her backing away from me may be what God wants. May not just be something that the enemy's doing as a means of us not being close, but it may be something that the Lord is trying to teach me that I'm not really getting yet. So I asked the Lord, I told him after I sent those prayers into her inbox a few days ago, Sent her a couple of updates on how I was doing and all of that. I told her I keep on doing that. I meditated a great deal last night, and when I went to sleep, he gave me the peace I was looking for. And when I say I meditated a great deal, pretty much the whole time after the game, from like 7 o'clock to like 9:30, I was in the dark, praying, meditating, and asking the Lord everything I could about this situation and how to move about it. And he was essentially telling me, stop thinking about myself and understand and remember what she's told me. Just like homeboy told me this morning in the car, don't personalize things. You can make it about you if you want, and in doing so, you can put the magnifying glass of what she's doing on you. But reality is, she's living her life and experiencing things the way she can and coping with the difficulties that she's been expressing to you. If you took everything she was saying at face value and just trusted what she was saying is true, then you would know why she's doing what she's doing now, and it ain't about you. And so it's like, all right, God, that's what I'm getting from that. Cool. Maybe I'm a little too selfish to be with this person. Maybe she needs a lot more from me than I can give her right now. And then furthermore, it was like, okay, and she prays for you. The Lord was essentially letting me know she prays for you. It's not like she's sitting here thinking about herself all day long. She really does want better for you, whether you're around or not. And so you don't have to keep on wondering if the enemy is trying to get into her and test your head or make you feel like she's playing with your head because she don't respect you and all that. Those different thoughts are not of what's actually happening, essentially what my meditation is telling me. And that's not what's happening. She's gone through something, and you need to understand that she went through something that you didn't go through, so you don't understand, just like she told you. And so these are the type of things that would come to me in meditation. I was sitting there for 2 hours talking about this with God, and it just came down to you need to focus on you as it pertains to these circumstances have given you some bulletin board material to think about. Why isn't this light turning, yo? I've been sitting here for 3 times, the cycle ain't turning. But anyway, these different things that were coming to me last night just helped me understand that she's in a space where because of the trauma that she's been through, she's looking at the world a certain way. And she'll give you everything she can give you, but she was always kind of distant from people anyway. So when y'all got into it, that just kind of further pushed her further away. And you may not be able to get back in her life like that, but she does care about you. She does want the best for you, etc., etc. So it's like, all right, man, that is what I will swallow. Now, what I want God to do is help me understand how to get away, how to stop wanting more from this person than what she can give me, how to stop asking for her attention in regards to updates on her life and spending time with me, or looking at her to look at me the same way when she may be looking at me a different way forevermore. She might be gone for good. And so it's like, if she gone for good, then make me cool with that. You know what I mean? I don't want to sit up here longing or saying the one that got away and none of that. I don't think I did anything wrong. I asked for communication. I saw something I didn't like. I spoke up on it like a human being's supposed to do, instead of letting it fester in their heart. If normal behavior is going to push me away from her, then that is probably the right direction for me to be. And so these are things that just come to me last night in meditation. I don't feel like I'm in the same space she's in, because we're 11 years, almost 12 years apart in age. So a lot of what she has to go through and deal with are things that I've already either gone through or just entirely different experiences, of course, that I probably can't relate to. And so, it's like, okay, but there are other women out there for you. If I don't want you to be with this person, don't think I don't want you to be with anybody, or don't think that I just gonna have you be alone forever. That is not what I want for you. And you'll be rewarded for whatever your obedience will be. But you have to be willing to be obedient. You have to be willing to let go of this person if they need you to let go of them. You have to be willing to do that. And so I just ask the Lord to help me do that. If that's what it is up to her. But I don't think I've been nothing but good in this situation to her. And I think that should be given a certain level of respect. And I just don't think that she's looking at the world properly in order to provide that. Based on what it is that I meditated on, and based on what it is she said to me about how she's been looking at life and how she's been feeling. So, you got to be careful what words you use with people. Sometimes you can drive yourself at a distance between people forevermore. Like, say certain things and it just click in their head the wrong way, and they start to looking at you like a weapon against them. And it's like, look, if that's how you're looking at the world, I can't change that. But I do know that it is a big mistake when you talk about who's your enemy and who's not. But the question is, are you going to be my enemy? You know what I mean? Like, forget who's your enemy. Are you going to weaponize yourself against me based on how you're viewing the world? And so I don't want to get hurt by this person either. You know what I mean? It gets to a point where it's like, bless what's best for them. Let's focus on what's best for me. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't trying to coerce myself into a situation where I get the worst of things because of how they process the things that are happening in their life. And that's kind of what it is too. It's like, at some point in time, you got to protect yourself from things that are going to be bad for you while you're sitting here longing for something that you've told yourself is right for you. So it's like, I don't know. That's why I came to God about it. And he may have a future for me and her to be closer someday, but as long as she's not feeling that, ain't nothing I can do about it but continue to stay in her life by myself. You know what I mean? Continue to be in her inbox and wanting more from her than she's willing to accept from me. And with her barely responding to anything that I send, there's a hint that needs to be taken at some point. A grown man just needs to know, yo, B, all that good energy you got, probably be best used elsewhere. So that's kind of how I feel this morning. Just wake up in the morning a little more healed, a little more strong, a little more ready for being ignored by somebody you cared a great deal about, still care a great deal about. You got to condition yourself for that. The last thing she said to me was very positive, so it ain't like she left me with cuss words or anything. And so I understand that she's going through something. God understands what she's going through, and he's on top of it, man. And my prayers and my appreciation and for the past is still in place. And, she knows where to find me. But as far as me longing and hurting and all of that, I don't think I have to anymore. I don't think so. I think we're on the road to healing from that kind of energy from here on out. So we'll see what God wants to do. But I've organically not really thought about her, and I think it has a lot to do with praying to God. And when you talk to God and he gives you answers, you really don't have to keep thinking the way you've been thinking. You really don't have to keep worrying the way you otherwise would worry. It's just not necessary no more. You've already been spoken to, And so I don't think the girl hates me or nothing. I just think that she may be in a space where she ain't viewing things right because of her hurt. Just like I've been in situations where I ain't viewed things right because of my pain or had mental health breakdowns that made me want to stay away from people. And that's another thing. We've talked about this a lot on this channel, but I've done this to people. What she's doing to people, I've done to people. Not answer their calls, not respond to them. Care about them a great deal, but couldn't bring myself to give them nothing from me. Felt more comfortable in my own space away from them. And nothing good really came of that. But I was comfortable, you know what I mean? That sort of thing. So it's like, maybe I'm due this based on how I treated others, but it don't feel good when it's on the other foot, and you just gotta live with that. So if that's what it is, I've grown from it, and she'll have to go through it too. That's the reality of it. Once you realize that you are receiving karma for something that you've done by way of someone else, you know that someone else is going to have to face that karma too. Somebody going to do it to them. But that is not my problem. Truth be told, that ain't my problem, man. So, that's how I feel, man. You get a little stronger. And last night's whole situation, when I had to take all my things and put them somewhere, they didn't let me keep it there. All the stuff that I'm getting comfortable with didn't maintain the way that I'm used to it. It's like, all right, well, God got something different going on here, man. There's a different plan here for me. Maybe he wants me to get even stronger than I am right now. He wants me to get even, more close to him, I guess is the word would be. It ain't just about feeling that you've learned lessons. We're still in that training mode. And so I'd imagine what Karen is doing in this situation is further training for the strength that the Lord wants me to have. And I'm open to that strength. I'm open to that training because I know it's going to make me better for the real thing, whatever that may mean. And you only got one life. You pick the wrong person. You give the wrong person too much of your time, and you get too close to that person. You start having children with that person. Ain't no one doing that. And when somebody is pulling away from you, sometimes it's meant for them to pull away from you. They're doing you a favor. I don't know that that's the case or not, but we got to know that sometimes. Like, God is trying to spare you from certain things. That person knows they ain't no good for you. Just because you don't know that, they may love you enough to keep you from feeling the hell that they're going to put somebody else through. Too good of a human being to go through the hell that she going to put somebody through. She don't want me to go through that. God don't want me to go through that. So she removes herself instead of doing that thing that she do. I don't know. But a part of me thinks that might be part of this. Part of me thinks that might actually be what's going on here. Like, yo, I know I ain't about to do nothing right. So this is a good person. Let me get the hell out of their life. Now I ain't gonna give them an explanation, because if I give them an explanation, that's furthermore part of the problem. I just need to get the hell out of here and keep them as far away from what it is I'm gonna do as possible. And if that's what's going on, thank you, bless you. You know, for real. I don't necessarily need to know until after I find out, then realize I didn't need to know in certain things. That's the truth. Sometimes people just sparing you of the realities of being around them and what their lives bring to you, and the lifestyle that they have coming their way based on the things that they do may put you in positions you definitely can't afford to be in. I don't know that it's not that. No idea. You know what I mean? So that's what I tell people. Like, sometimes when you're in these situations, your ego and that enemy attached to your ego is going to bring you toward what's not meant for you, so that you can go through those unknowns that the enemy definitely is aware of. He knows what those unknowns are, and he also wants you to go through that. God don't want you to go through that. Love don't want you to go through that. And you aren't none the wiser. Don't let it be the case. When is Sucker Famous Market ain't even open? I didn't think about that, but it's Sunday, man. They may not even be open. And I certainly didn't check. But this has been a good walk nevertheless, man. You know what I'm saying? I just feel I'm in a space where if I do anything that the Lord doesn't want me to do, whether I'm sheepishly backing into it, moonwalking into it, or diving head first into it, it's going to be for the worst of my circumstance right now. I'm already distracted enough, having gone through what I went through last week, thinking about her instead of, being okay. I don't need no more of that. Not going into this week, not with things being even more expensive in this hotel, not with things still pending and uncertain. I don't want to go through another week like that. So the enemy had attacked me pretty good last week. All's fair. I'm gonna attack back. You best believe I'm gonna attack back in the best way I know how, with goodness, and I'm using my voice against his ways. But at the end of the day, man, I don't welcome any pain. I don't even have any tattoos. I don't have any piercings or nothing. I don't like pain. And when it comes to heartache, that's the worst kind. BDF 44, I thank you all for watching. I'm out.